town, or unless you're on a country road in the middle of nowhere, this is what it looks like. Big, wide roads. Although, for me, in Illinois, our roads are not this beautifully smooth. Ours are more got holes and debris and shit all over the place. I guess it depends on the state. So that one's, yeah, when we lived in New Mexico, the roads were really good like this. But yeah, that is funny, the stark contrast between these two. Here's a controversial opinion. I like both. I think that Europe has a really cool aesthetic. And of course, these various different roads and cobblestone and, different appearances and the historic feel, I think is awesome. At the same time, maybe I'm goofy for this, but I don't see a problem with the U.S. thing here. You got these, modern houses and the big roads, and they look smooth. Like, these look nice to me. You got the green grass. Why do people hate this? If you do hate it, that's totally fine. Explain your rationale. I would be interested to hear why this is so ugly to some people. I don't think it's ugly at all. I think it's aesthetic in a different way.
Hey, Europe. Soccer.
That's
America
right. That's the
now.
trigger word. But
America.
didn't soccer come from England? I thought I heard that word. I don't know. That's just what we say here. What can I say?
America rioters raided Area 51 instead of targets. Doctor tested my blood and there was no DNA but only USA.
Yeah. Oh yeah, USA. Yeah, baby. I bleed the stars and stripes. If you don't know, you don't know, okay?
Christopher Columbus returns from America. He has syphilis.
Oh.
The natives didn't have it. The only other animal to have syphilis at that time were llamas.
Oh my god.
When Americans say that it is 30 degrees
shit.
outside, what I think they mean.
That is hilarious.
What they really mean.
What they really mean. Oh my god, I'm freezing. But then you say it to anyone else and they're like, 30 degrees, geez Louise. That's hot as hell. It's such a big difference between Celsius and Fahrenheit. It's like, whoa. I like both though. I've learned, through this channel, over the years, I've learned Celsius now, so I'm pretty accurate with it. If people say Celsius or I read temperatures in Celsius, I'm pretty good with it. But yeah, if there's no context and you don't see the little C or the little F, it can mean a lot of different things.
I feel bad for you. I don't think about you at all.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's got some truth to it. I think that's why I really love this channel, is because I am an American who's trying to, learn about the world, trying to see what's up in the world. Yeah, the U.S., man, it is a bubble. You've heard me say it on this channel before. You've probably heard the term elsewhere before. The American bubble is a real thing. Unless you seek it out, which takes some effort, by the way. Man, you are just not going to hear much about anywhere else. Everyone's different in America, right? Some Americans are very patriotic and maybe not open-minded like I am. And yeah, they couldn't give a rat's ass about what's happening in Europe or elsewhere. If it ain't American, they don't care.
British pilot, we will be landing in New York shortly. It is currently 90 degrees. Europeans on the plane, confused screaming.
Like it's apocalypse.
Girls explaining why she only
The
dates-
Earth's crust is shredding apart, and the sun must be like 100 feet from the surface.
6 feet a man. That one not equal 5 feet 11. May a European wondering how people can get 5.11 meters and 6 meters tall. How the
6
American
meters would be
government sees
pretty damn tall.
18-year-olds when there is a war, when they drink.
This one's always been so funny, right? Because I remember looking it up. It's because they say oh, well, we're trying to be safe here. We're trying to be healthy, right? 21-year-old drinking age claims that, it's still unsafe to consume alcohol when you're 16 or 18 or 19 even, right? But I guess it's totally safe to strap an M16 up and go to war, right?
Europeans calling Americans stupid for not being able to name half of the countries in Europe. Europeans not being able to name half of the US states.
Bingo. States are easy. 50 states sounds like a lot. I don't know. I think they're easy. And your perspective, if you're watching from Europe, would be the exact flipped perspective, but exactly the same. So that one will always be funny.
How Europeans see Americans. I've gotta embrace the flag. I've gotta sniff the flag. I've gotta lick the flag. I've gotta wash the flag. I've gotta date the flag. I've gotta be the flag.
Oh my God.
Pub-
The suit is a little bit over the top, but I will say it would be fun if there was a statistic. I don't think there is. I'm not going to look it up because I don't think there would be. But it would be fun to see a statistic of how many American citizens have worn clothing with the American flag on it. Like I said, I am an American, born and raised here. I am proud of my life here. I like it. But I'm very open-minded. I'm trying to learn about other places in the world, and I am a realist. I know that America is a decent place, but it's not the best place in the world. Other people here do think that. But even knowing that, I have a couple, not many, but I have a couple, I think, shirts with the American flag, integrated somehow onto it. So, yeah, if I do, pretty much everyone I know does. Like, I've seen a lot of people at some point wear, America merch. So that is pretty funny. Not to mention just the whole flag thing. Remember, I'm born and raised here, so I don't really understand how much the flag culture here is over the top. It's just normal to me, right? American flag is just kind of part of your day. You do see it every day. Wherever you're watching from, do you not see your country's flag every day? I would think you would, but that's just my narrow perspective. So for me to picture somewhere where you don't see the flag somewhere is pretty bizarre.
Public transport in my country. Public transport in European countries.
Yeah, so true.
How Europeans measure people. How Americans measure people.
Oh my God.
Most expensive overnight stay in Europe. Most
Oh,
expensive
damn.
overnight stay in America. Americans naming cities. Europe. New.
That one got me.
City-
I should have saw that coming. I didn't. Oh my God. Hold on. Europe, Americans, naming cities. Europe. Let's see.
Name.
Oh yeah. Yeah. New York, New Jersey, even New Mexico, right? We love to just take names that are maybe already somewhere else and just slap a new badge on there.
Western Europe. Eastern Europe.
Oh my God. So these I won't
Religion of
get as much.
Western Europe. Eastern
Obviously not living anywhere in Europe. But I do realize there is a difference in a lot of ways between far Western Europe and then Eastern Europe. So, yeah, you guys might get these a little more than me.
How Europeans think American back-to-school sales look.
Oh my
How
God.
suspect robs convenience store. Gets shot by every customer inside.
America.
Wealthiest nation ever. $15 an hour will destroy us.
Yeah, isn't that so true? Geez, trying to talk about money in America is very awkward unless it's talking about billionaires making billions of more dollars and not paying any taxes, too.
Book of facts. The metric system should be used as a standard everywhere.
Right.
Europeans. The same Europeans during a football match.
That's what I've heard. Speaking of football again, I guess I should take a look at that sometime. Not necessarily doing a deep dive on the sport, trying to watch it all the time, right? That would take some dedication. But looking at the culture of the environment, right? And the fans and how much they get into the game, that is something I would admire because I feel like, you have the more chill sports over here, like baseball games are really chill, right? Fans aren't going crazy. It's a nice environment. It's nice and quiet, kind of. Basketball is kind of in the middle. But then, I feel like NASCAR, people really go crazy. And football, as in American football, NFL, people do get pretty